So hi, this is Mary Kurek, and we're starting something a little bit new because I have this wonderful, vast network around the globe of people who are friends and brothers in Christ. I wanted to kind of introduce some of those folks to the parishioners of St. Francis by the Sea. And the first person I thought of was my very good friend and business partner in Nigeria, Osita Aniemeka. And Osita is going to tell you a little bit about himself. So I'm going to let him do kind of most of the self-introduction here. But the idea here is to kind of see where he's located, a little bit about his family. What does faith look like for him during this pandemic? What does life look like for him during this pandemic, for him and his family? So Osita, take it away. Tell us a little bit about you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mary. Thanks a lot. Like Mary just said, my name is Osita. I'm Nigerian. I live in a place called Delta State. I'm actually in my country home. I'm not usually always here. The pandemic, brought me back home, and I've been here now for months. I come from a royal family. My brother is the king of my town, meaning that I come from a very large family. My father was polygamous. We were over 35 kids, from multiple mothers. And that gave us a sense of community. Our family is our community. Everybody belongs to everybody. So that's who we are. I went to school. I went to college here in Nigeria and in the United States. I lived in Georgia for a very long time. I'm back home now, working in Nigeria, working in Africa. I met Mary in a line of work. I will become family and friends. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Mary. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Osita and I've known each other for now probably a year and a half to 2 years, maybe 2 years going
2 years.
on.
Yeah, 2 years.
And we
2
have
years.
partnered on projects like the World Hope Youth Mentors Program because Osita is all about education and entrepreneurship. Now, what he did not tell you in his background is he also did some work with the World Bank, and he's done some very prestigious jobs, actually, around and in the United States and outside of the United States. And so even though Nigeria is his home, Osita travels a lot around Africa. And so to do the type of work that he's doing. So Osita, tell us about the Sub-Saharan Open University that you're starting now.
Okay, like Mary said, thank you so much, Mary. Like Mary said, I worked for years. I worked with the World Bank Group, but lately I work for Central Bank of Nigeria, which was quite an interesting experience for me. I was hired to train young Nigerians, and then not so young, but have the interest to become entrepreneurs. So they set up what they call entrepreneurship development centers. These centers were unique because we went outside the regular college curriculums to develop a program in quadmesters, that brought these kids in for 4 weeks of classroom, 4 weeks of internship, and then 4 weeks of business plan development. When they finish this, we handhold them through the process of accessing loan to live their dreams. While this program was on since 2014, I noticed that there was a group of entrepreneurs that were known in my country, very popular, the guys who ran the market. I found that none of that bothered me so much because I took pride in trying to see how I could help them grow further than where they were. But somehow I didn't find them in class, so I went looking for them. I found out that they couldn't leave their their businesses, they couldn't leave their places of work. So I said, how do I change? So we started, I got a group of friends together. We thought about we decided to take this education to them. When they qualify, the good thing is that we are inculcating in them how to become futuristic in their businesses so that they could grow beyond where they are now. So the Open University, it's a pilot program in Nigeria, but we are all over Africa because it's sub-Saharan. We are in Ghana, we are in Kampala and Uganda, and we are thinking of going to Senegal now. The good news there is that when Mary and I started talking about what I do, she was excited. Because youth program had always been her dreams. And I said to her, okay, I have an offer for you. She didn't know what it was. So I sent her a letter inviting her with the permission of my governing council chairman to become a member of the governing council. And since she was appointed, Mary rose to become a distinguished council, member for South, because every day of her life, she spends her time talking to me about what we can do for Africa with the university. And as I speak to you now, we have quite a load of things on the table. And I know that before the end of this year, so many of them will materialize and my people will be the better for it. Thank you, Mary. Thanks a lot.
Well, this is supposed to be about me, but thank you.
No.
You and I have this shared, sense of what a blessing is and what faith is in our life. And I wanted to get to that point about how you feel about, I know how family is so important to you there. And that I know faith with all the challenges that you had, and folks, I'm going to get Osita to tell you about some of the challenges if he would like to do so, that is inherent with where he's located and within the culture there. Because over the time that I've known him, there's been traveling plans he's had to close down because of bad places that you'd have to travel through, or the fact that maybe government would shut down an airport or something suddenly and you wouldn't be able to get back. And then there's other things that have happened. So if you can share with us a little bit about the climate that is normal and then what is not normal now for you.
Okay. Well, normal by my definition would have been difficult if I didn't know better, if I didn't know other climes. Like I said, I live in Georgia, I live in New York, I live in Pennsylvania, actually lived in Alabama, where I had my pre-doctoral. But normal in Nigeria is 24 hours without power. You can actually live,
power.
Yes, you can, and you can do that continuously for 1 month.
Wow.
All it means, it means that you have to generate your own power. But if you don't have the means to generate your own power, you just stay in darkness and hope that your next door neighbor who has a generator will allow you to sneak into his his charge station and charge your phone. Even with the phones, our networks are so bad. Mary was just smiling now when she saw my face on Zoom for the first time. This is because I'm trying to invest in improving my networks so that running the university means that I have to do a lot of virtual conferences, and not all of them will allow me to talk to them for a long time without seeing my face. So I'm investing in that. It's quite, it's a tall order, but I am happy that I am here now. I'm in Africa, I'm in my home, and I can do stuff. The reason why I am in Delta in my country home was that I was just recovering from an acute bout of gout. I just left the hospital and I said, let me come home to recuperate. That was in March. As I got in here, that was it. I couldn't leave anymore because there was a lockdown, and I've been here now for months. What Mary tried describing to you as my situation is that we have a country where leadership is in retreat. We don't have good governance. So many things happen here without solutions. Let me make it simple solutions. We have herdsmen who come all the way from the north. They come kidnap people here, murder people here because their man is in power and they can do whatever they like. We've had cases where children were kidnapped, raped, and murdered. That's what we have now. But the good thing about it is that even as we live in these conditions, we know that we can find peace. And this peace is by going inside and communicating with God, telling our Father that we didn't create ourselves. We have faith that haven't made us to come out of this part of the world. There must be something we can do, staying with Him to be able to navigate through the waters. So what we're doing now is to be prayerful. We're very strong with that. As a matter of fact, if you're thinking about any country in the world where prayer is number one, it's Nigeria. Just that we also tell our people to pray and watch, pray and walk, because prayer alone, my friend, a reverend said, prayer is not in the success equation. You have to pray, get your revelation, and then turn your revelation into success. So that's what we're doing. We love God a lot, because he has shown that despite every odd, that for those of us who have faith in him, for those of us who love him, really love him, those of us who have shown cause for us to do what we're doing. Otherwise, I won't be here. I won't be here. My family, I'm alone here working for my community. It gives me pleasure, because I know that my gratitude is not here. I can always ask God to bless me and bless my children wherever they are. So if I'm in Nigeria, I'm happy. If I'm in Accra, Ghana, I'm happy. If I'm in Kampala, Uganda, I'm happy. For one reason, God moves with me everywhere I go, and he gives me the strength and the vision to be able to do the right thing to help people. It doesn't really matter who they are. Go all the way, do what you can for them, and not expect them to do anything for you in return. That's where the joy is. That's where the joy is.
You have the best smile. I've just got to tell you, when you smile, it's just like it lights up a whole room. I just love it. You and I have talked about all kinds of challenges you've had over the last years, whether it be with family members or, other situations that are going on. And somehow you always find the way through, and you find that smile that you have, and your any little thing, guys, whenever I communicate with Osita, any little thing I will tell him, I get these, this is blessings. This is a blessing. And if we're on a call with somebody, this is such a blessing. This is a God's blessing. So you're so embracing of the fact that you're aware that when something good comes along, it belongs to God. He's the one that brought that to us. And I feel the same way. I mean, it's been crazy. Even dreams that I have that I wonder what's going on. I mean, I had a weird dream the other night. Somebody showed up as like a cameo in my dream, and it was just really odd because he had his arm around my shoulder. This is somebody who's very, very quiet and shy, doesn't speak. And I told my husband about it, like the morning that it happened. I said, I don't know what that is. I don't understand what's going on. Literally within 24 hours, we were near that person, and he came to our side and literally just poured out his entire life story to us. And I'm like, it wasn't for anything that for me to do, but to stand there and listen. And that's all he needed, I think. Yeah. And I said, well, now I know. And even my husband said, yep, now we know. We know that's what that was all about. So absolutely. I think sometimes, he drops hints at us and people in our laps and that kind of thing. And I think it's done that a lot with us. So what I really wanted to ask you too is, for us, church right now during the pandemic is a virtual service that we see, every week. How's church for you guys there?
Yeah, brilliant. We have we've had quite some experience. For us, church is gathering. Church is congregation. We love to come together, do our hymns, do our prayers, do our worship, and then in all of that, hug ourselves and wish ourselves a wonderful week. But it had not happened in a long time. You can imagine weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks in the months since March. It started getting scary. So churches went virtual. They now sent us links of how we can join the service. We have just the priest in the podium, taking us around the whole thing, and then we will sing along from wherever we are. But that common thread of oneness was still there, because you are there. You are looking at the video of the church, particularly maybe the pew where you're used to sitting. You see yourself there, even so for us it was a new experience. But my people are always in a hurry to come together, so people are going back to church again. So we love to do that. It was difficult at first. Most people started worshiping in their homes, in their homes, because we didn't let any other person into our home. So if you are 1, 2, 3, 4 people in one home, every Sunday morning, you take a chunk of time out, do the regular worship. And then every day it continues, because that thing on Sunday will take you through the week. So we all grew a pattern of daily worship, which became a part of us eventually. And I know that even though, like I said, any good thing that happens, is from God. Even when it looks bad, Mary, even when it looks bad, like the COVID-19, we saw it as something not too good. But somehow within that experience, learnings, that had come to us like gifts from God. There are many things now that we never did before with God that we're doing now. And I think our faith is getting stronger. Most of us who really didn't, give a second thought to where the next market will be, where you go to buy some specific things that you will need. Even those of us who need medications, you find that it was even possible for it. We didn't know that we could call a pharmacy, and very creatively, the drug you're looking for will come to you, even when there was no transport, even where there were policemen all over the place, extorting the people. We found God in the whole process, and it made life a lot easier. And our gratitude became more. Why? Because even in all the fear, in all the terrible things that happened outside Nigeria and outside Africa, we thought Nigeria would have been so deadly, so devastated. But like I said, with God, I mean, knowing that we don't even have a single preparedness for for COVID-19, we didn't prepare for it. Nobody tells us what to do, how to do it right. So before you know it, we found a way. We found a way of looking after ourselves, and with God in the process, it's been easy to handle, even though difficult, but quite easy. By the end of the day. That's where
Special,
we're at.
I'm telling you. You're special. Well, you're a godsend for your community, and certainly for everything that I do and that we do, from living, learning, and working, and my organization too. So we thank you, and thank you for sharing your story with the folks at our church at St. Francis. So I appreciate that very much, Osita. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. You're wonderful.
Thank you so much, Mary.
All
Thank you.
right.
God bless you.
God bless
For
you
all
too.
times, God bless you, Mary. Thank you.